Welcome back to We Are Austin from Home. I think many parents can tell you that teens can be known for mood swings and maybe even acting out. As parents today navigate all new terrain as their children are increasingly at risk of struggling with mental health issue. But the question remains, what is causing this epidemic of illness? Well, here to talk about what and why this happens is Dr. Kenneth Bock, author of Brain Inflamed. And he's joined by, of course, our friend Ray Solano, pharmacist, certified clinical nutritionist, and owner of PDLabs, a very specialty pharmacy. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. Good morning.
So, Ray, thank you so much for bringing a very special guest into the Zoom room today. Tell us a little more.
I invited Dr. Bock to join us today on this important topic because this is more important now than ever. And children's brain health is more critical than ever. And parents are always looking for answers for this, what do we do with our children? And this new book is really going to be invaluable for everyone. And so Dr. Ken Bock, thank you for joining us today.
It's my pleasure, Ray and Trevor. Thank you so much for having me. And I just want to make a few points that your listeners, I think, could benefit in terms of their teens, adolescents, and it extends to children and even adults, but we're going to focus on teens and adolescents. As you all know, our teens and adolescents are stressed in ways they've never been. We have all these things with social media and FOMO and cyberbullying. So it's crazy. And the thing is, so there's a lot of psych and psychosocial issues. Then you add now the whole COVID-19 pandemic and the isolation and the loneliness and the anxiety and depression are just soaring. By the time we've seen in the last decade, 12 to 17-year-olds have, basically doubled in terms of mental health disorders. So this book, the thing I wanted to get across is that, yes, there's stress, and stress causes all these things and psychological symptoms. But we have to be cognizant that underneath the psychological frequently is biological or medical causes. And one of the main ones is inflammation. And stress actually causes inflammation in the gut, in the immune system, and subsequently in the brain. And so when you deal with these kids, yes, psychotropic medications, therapy is very important, but we also have to recognize the inflammation, treat the brain inflammation, and also look at other things that may be contributing to the brain inflammation. Things like Lyme disease, things like post-strep infections causing autoimmunity, things like hormonal imbalances in the adrenals and the thyroid, nutrient deficiencies, toxicants. All these kinds of things have got to be considered, so that what I always will say is that so we don't relegate these adolescents and teens to a life of psychotropic meds and therapy, and sometimes, who knows, maybe even residential institutions when it gets really bad, but that we can actually change the trajectory of their lives and that of their families. Because you all know that I always say to my patients, you're only as good as your worst kid. And basically, when your kid is not doing well, the family's not doing well, the other siblings, the parents, the grandparents, etc. So that's really the whole take-home message from this book, is not to just say it's psychological. Because if you have a kid with Lyme disease that only expresses psych symptoms, all the antidepressants and therapy in the world is not going to help that kid get better from his Lyme disease, his or her Lyme disease or co-infection. And the same thing with inflammation and autoimmunity. So hopefully that is a kind of a picture of what this book is really trying to get across. And I think it's going to be, I hope it's going to be of help. And I think it will be, as far as the feedback we've gotten in the last week and a half, to many, many, many families across this country. And that's getting published in several languages already. So it's kind of, it's kind of interesting. Yes.
Wow. What a wonderful tool you've created here. And as you mentioned, there are so many contributing factors to our overall mental wellness. And this sounds to me like one we might not be talking about enough. So what a great tool that you are presenting to families here. And then Ray, of course, as a specialty pharmacy, I'm sure that you have something or a line that can kind of complement Dr. Bock's work here.
Well, that's right. Brain inflammation has been a core focus for us for many years. We try to fuse natural medicine with traditional pharmaceuticals. We develop nasal sprays for inflammation, our synapsin nasal spray, cognitive function, post-traumatic stress disorders. So we really focus on that because we want people to have choices for that. But this book that is Brain Inflamed, I got a copy right here.
All right.
We're going to give this away. We have limited supplies. So we want people to give us a call. Our phone number is 512-219-0724. We'll send you a copy, or you can come by. But we really think this is going to change so many lives. And I think, Dr. Bock, you said change the trajectory of where this is going. And, we feel this is such a topic of such importance. We hope everybody takes us up on this offer.
Yeah, Ray, that's a terrific offer. And I love that you all have kind of joined forces really in this avenue. This is something that you do, though, very well at PDLabs. For our friends at home, let's remind them what makes you special and so unique in our community.
Well, we are a specialty licensed compounding pharmacy that, we personalize medications for patients. We have specialty formulas we have on our website, signature supplements. Check out our website, PDLabsRx.com. We have TV shows, our podcast, Healthy Choices XM. We have clips like this for renowned authors and also opinion leaders. We want people to get educated because you know what? You have a choice in your healthcare, and that's what we want to give people, choices in healthcare. So give us a call.
I think options are great, and you always bring so many. Dr. Bock, I know that people at home are probably very tantalized about your work. Where can we follow along with what you do? And perhaps also, in addition to picking up a free copy from Ray, we can support you and pick up a copy of a book. Where do we do that?
Great. So generally, I would say go to Amazon.com. It's in the major booksellers now. It's published by HarperCollins, so it's been taken up by all over, really. They can always go if they had any problem. There's a website called braininflamed.com that my son has set up. That's, I think, and it's one of the things they can do is actually there's something that's kind of they can download that will help them. It's for free. My practice, if there's any questions about this stuff, I am actually in Red Hook, New York, about 2 hours north of New York in the beautiful Hudson Valley. And it's called Bock Integrative Medicine, and it's bockintegrative.com, and they can certainly reach out and give a call if they want. And if there are questions, if they need a consultation, what have you, I'd be happy to help.
Excellent. What a privilege to have you join us today. Thank you so much. And Ray, thanks for bringing him along today. And remind our viewers at home one more time how we can get in touch with you, your podcast, and your work.
Yeah, our website is PDLabsRx.com. It's PDLabs. Our phone number is 512-219-0724.
Excellent. Give them a call and get your hands on this really helpful tool for your family. Dr. Bock, Ray Solano from PDLabs, a specialty pharmacy. Thank you both for joining us today. Have a good one. Be safe.
Thank you.